Hey YouTube, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play PlayStation portable games on your iOS device, on your jailbroken iOS device, using an emulator called PPSSPP. Basically what we're going to be doing is taking a Sony DualShock 3 controller that I got off Amazon and connecting it to my iOS device, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I did that. Okay guys, so basically what you're going to do to set this up is, there's a couple things actually. The first one is you need to go into Cydia and search to install some packages. However, so the first one is called ControllersForAll. It's this version. If you have enough money to pay for it, go ahead and pay for it. I do not, so very sorry developer, but I can't be doing that. Just financial stuff. Anyways, install this either way, except for don't install it yet, because what you actually have to do, and I'll host this file that you need up in the description. If you go into the download link for the other tweak that you're going to need, the other tweak here, I'll search it real quick. It's called BTStack. Okay, so you need this tweak, but not this version, because the current version actually breaks the functionality. It doesn't allow you to connect to a controller. It just doesn't work. So if you go into the link in the description, download, let's see, where is it? This one. So you can see this file right here. It's 0.8-3. That's the version. So I'll host that file online. You guys go ahead and download that through iFile, install that, and then once you've installed that, you actually, when you go to ControllersForAll, when you find this application and you go to install it, which I won't be doing, on the when it pulls up the installer page, BTStack won't be listed because it's already installed, and you'll be able to use the newer version of ControllersForAll with the older version of BTStack, so it actually works out really, really well. The next thing that we're going to be doing is on the desktop, so I'll be switching back. Okay, so this step of the process, you're going to go and find an application called 6pair. It's pretty easy, just Google it and follow the install instructions. It's really easy for Mac. You just have to unzip something and copy it to your applications folder and then keep it there because you're going to need it every time that you use your controller through your phone. Anyway, so open the application and you can see that it says everything's connected. I've connected my controller via mini USB cable to my computer, and I've used the Thunderbolt cable to connect to my iPhone as well. So just pair the controller to the phone and then unplug the controller. You can keep the phone plugged in if you want, just for like power reasons or whatever. And then yeah, I'm just going to go back to my phone to show you guys what I do to actually connect this up. Okay guys, so once you're in your phone, you need to go to settings and then go all the way down to the bottom where you have, first of all, BTStack, right? Turn to BTStack and tap that first one. You do logging if you want to. I'm not having issues, so I don't need it. Then also down to ControllersForAll, turn that on, and set the type to PS3 controller. There's a whole lot of other ones. I have not tried any of these. I guess anybody can do that if they want to, but I haven't. So, anyways, go ahead and just go out of your settings. So now these two are technically paired. If you can see on the status bar up on the top, up by this folder up here, there is a Bluetooth icon that's not Apple's Bluetooth icon. It's using a different kind of Bluetooth, some sort of proprietary thing. I think it's a little bit more under the radar as far as I don't know, frequencies go or whatever. So it's going to connect the controller to my iOS device, and I think if I try and open the app right now, it's going to crash it. So I'm going to try and pause the recording here. Okay guys, so basically I'm in the application now and I managed to pair my controller. As you can see, I'm moving everything around with my controller here. Just a few quick tips. Once you close 6pair, once you press the button to pair the two and unplug the controller from your computer, then you're going to need to go relatively quickly, open the application, and then you're going to see a notification that comes up that says BTStack is initialized. Please prepare your controller, which means in our case to press the PS button that is in the middle of the controller. So go ahead and do that right when you see the application. The lights should start flashing rapidly on your controller, and then in a few seconds it should connect the controller to the app, and it'll give you a notification that says controller connected. Now what you need to do is just start hitting the D-pad buttons, just moving it around anywhere you want, but eventually It's not going to start to move it first, and then eventually it's going to start to show you that you're actually controlling your phone with this game controller. So, which is really cool. I'm just going to go in and show you guys some of the settings real quick. I'm going to put this into English. Okay, there. Okay, anyways, so we can look at some of the stuff that's on here. Graphics, yada yada yada. On an iPhone 6, what you can do is if you put it 3 times the PSP resolution, that's going to be, it's just over the iPhone resolution, so anything more is actually overkill. But what you can do is that, and then is you can put it 3 times the PSP resolution, and then games that support this will actually show everything at a higher resolution. It looks really crisp. It looks really great. Anyways, you can change some of this stuff. You've got the PS controller now. For some games, this is for controls and everything. You can go and control mapping. This is a whole nother a whole by itself. Basically, you can just go doing stuff for this forever. Some games, like some of the games I'm going to show you here, it's better to map the PS special buttons like X, circle, square, and triangle to the right analog stick, which the PSP actually didn't have, but our controller does. So you can go ahead and if you can see this option here, this option here, this option here, and this option here, make it so that X, circle, square, and triangle are all mapped to the analog stick, and that when I'm looking around in games like Star Wars Battlefront or something, that I can use the other analog stick instead of the buttons to control the camera view for my character, which is really cool. Start and select. If you go to restore defaults, whatever these values are, just leave them. If you try and make them the buttons on the PS controller, you're just going to have a lot of problems and it's not going to work. So what actually happens is its start is R2, is the bottom trigger that's got a little 2 on it, and then select is L2, so that's the second trigger on the bottom, on the left side. Anyways, so yeah, just leave those. And you can go set their analog stick if you'd like. I did it just for simplicity's sake, or actually I didn't actually. Anyways, you can look at some of these. I think I've got my pause is KBD.escape is the select and start actual buttons on the PS controller. Like I said, if you try and set those, if you try and set the start and select buttons, it just does not go over well. So you have to leave them as the triggers. The pause, you can see the setting for the pause is actually the select and the start. What it's going to give you if you try and have it auto recognize the button press in this mapping settings. That's what it's going to be. So both of them are that, and then it actually only lets you use it once. You can only hit the button once, and then after that the start doesn't even work. So it's really bizarre. Anyways, you can put pause that, and then pause always work. And that's for, I'll show you guys in a minute, that's basically just to get back to the PPSSPP settings. When you're in the middle of a game, you can change mappings, you can save game states and whatever. Look at this kind of stuff. Anyways, controllers, you can do a tilt if you're not playing with a controller, but since we are, we're going to do that. Let's disable this. I was using that earlier just for testing. You can turn on networking stuff. I'm actually going to, well, I'll keep it on so I can show you guys some networking. But you can create local area network game servers for some games that they support that, which is neat. You can look at your, whatever, system information and stuff. Not particularly interesting. There's developer tools, but none of them are useful at all. Do language if you speak a different language. I think I got some people that speak Spanish or Portuguese on this channel, which is really great, so you guys can change your language into, let me just show you real quick. Change it into Spanish. You can change it into a lot of things, actually. It's pretty cool. Portuguese, yada yada yada. Anyways, so that's cool. And so I'll just get out of there. Go back to some games, and I will show you guys some of the games that I have. I'm going to play just a few of these. Probably just do Battlefront and maybe FIFA or something. If any of you guys want to see gameplay for the other games to decide if it's worth it for you guys to buy a controller or anything, or just in general, let me know, and I will happily put some gameplay videos up, and I might do it anyways, but just as a preliminary thing. There's also a ton of games that I don't have. If there's a game that you want me to download and play on this, I will do that. Just let me know about it. Also, before I start to play the games, the way that you basically install them is that, okay, check this out. This is my file system essentially. If you see right above this arrow is a file path. So if you SSH into your phone and copy these, or plug it into your computer and use an application like iFunbox to copy these over, it doesn't really matter. But either way, just go into the game folder, and then it's going to auto detect the files, and it's just going to go ahead and show you the the whole previews and everything. So I'm just going to open up a game here. It's going to be Star Wars Battlefront. Oops, I actually need to go ahead and go in real quick and disable on-screen controls for this, which I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it's okay. Continue. Okay, so it's basically, and you can see also you can put like FPS and stuff up there, which is cool. I am screen recording through my computer using the Thunderbolt cable to, or Lightning or whatever, to my computer, so it's actually going to be a bit slower as far as in the gameplay, but my phone can easily handle this at 60 FPS if I'm not streaming to the computer and recording through QuickTime. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the start button, which is that right trigger. I'm going to load it from my profile. Yep. And you can see, I mean, you can't see it, but I actually am using this controller, so it's pretty cool. Just kind of hear the triggers there. So if you look at multiplayer real quick, you can join, create, WLAN. It's got these cool options, so you can do that. I'm not going to go down that road today, but you could if you wanted to. Anywho, let's just go ahead and get into single player here. Oh, you can also look at options. This is interesting. Okay, for options, if you guys want me to go through like my controls and everything that I've set it up, I can do that as well in a separate video. But I will actually, let's see, controls. So when you're in these the controller presets, basically what you can look at is, depending on the way that you set up the controllers in the emulator itself, you can change, you can look at this one. There was explanations of what they are, but if you go through and just select different ones, you can see what they look like. It's actually pretty bizarre, like the ways that you can control this this game using different different control setups. I particularly, it took me forever to figure out how to be able to map the right analog stick to the other part of my controller, the X, circle, square, and triangle. Basically what I had to do is just keep going through and trying different versions of PPSSPP to install the latest dev working, whatever, in Cydia, and it finally started working. I could finally do that in the emulator to get all of the directions on the right analog stick to work. Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys that this indeed does work. Not lying. Let's do some instant action. I'll just put this on Hoth. Actually, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Sound does work, by the way. For whatever reason, QuickTime is not letting me do my voice and the game sound, which is probably smart because it's pretty loud. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and let this load. I will be the Empire for being able to see my character's sake on the screen. Now I'm just going to go ahead and walk around. Try and kill some people. This is significantly slower than what it would normally be because I'm recording at high resolution in QuickTime, so it's going to be a bit different. But let's go and find some people and kill them because Star Wars and stuff. This is so much harder than it usually is. Okay, so anyways, you can see that the game does indeed work. Let's see, I think that's about all for this video. If you guys have any questions about anything, or if I left anything out of this video, if you're having problems installing it, let me know about that. I guess I could show maybe one more game here real quick. I'm just going to go back to the main menu. Okay, go to games. Let's also try like a FIFA, maybe. This is the latest version of FIFA, if anyone's wondering. Yes. Also, the memory stick is just like built into the emulator, so don't worry about it. Okay. Whoever made this up is a genius. It's actually pretty amazing. I'm just making a tutorial about it. This is in no way, shape, or form my doing. Okay. When to start? Here we go. Yes. I actually did set up this game previously. There's no data. Okay, well, I will make one. Just see, follow the screen, on-screen instructions, yada yada. Okay. No, okay, wait, hold up. Oh, let's go through and delete that. Anyways, and then finish. Okay. Their team's not Arsenal. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Can I find Real Madrid? This may prove more difficult than I previously imagined. Anyways, I will just keep going through these so you guys can see them all and stuff in their glory. Ooh, maybe it's in here. I honestly don't know, so this might take a bit. Oh, there it is. Great. FC Barcelona. Oh, did I say Real Madrid? Yeah, okay, that was definitely a mistake. I do not like Real Madrid. I'm a Barcelona fan. If that offends anybody, then sorry, but it's true. So, anyways, sure, that's right. Real Madrid is our rival. Okay. Anyways, that's done. So, and that's basically it. So you can go ahead and hit the done button at the top, save this data, and then you can go ahead and start playing the game. Yeah, okay, away team, I'll play against Real Madrid. Yes, PSV. Of course, one of you plays Barca, not Real Madrid. Okay, so I will be Barca, and yeah, I'll just go ahead and start the match real quick. Doesn't particularly matter. I don't really care about any of this stuff anyways. Even if I did, I would not go ahead and do it right now. So let's just let this load. You guys can see a little bit of what's going on. Again, sound is going to work for you as long as you're not screen recording this, I guess. I'm not really sure how to make that work. So actually, you could probably screen record it and change the mic in QuickTime to your phone, and that would probably do it. Actually, that does do it, but I'm recording my voice right now. So anyways, here we go. I will just show you guys a bit of how this works, essentially. Actually, it's very important. So I legitimately have no idea how to play this game. So yeah, just to show you guys that it does indeed work. You could probably always change the controls for this or something to make it so that the analog stick is the left analog stick is your D-pad, and then control out. You could definitely do that. Anywho, that is basically that's the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back, exit to menu. So that's been the tutorial, guys. Like I said previously, before I almost ended this video, if there's been anything that you missed or you didn't see, if you're having issues with this, just let me know. The only thing that I will say before I finish this is sometimes connecting the controller inside the application can be difficult. You can go ahead and go into settings and turn off BTStack, turn off ControllersForAll. You can hit, there's a little restart button there in the ControllersForAll pane in settings, and you can restart that, and then it'll give you a little pop-up to restart your phone. You can do that. There's also a button on the back of your controller. It's a little hole if you right on the back, just above the sticker. It's pretty small. If you stick I don't know, a pen or a paper clip in there, it'll reset your controller for you if you're having any trouble with that. and then just keep trying to pair it and restarting stuff until it finally works. Oh, you can also reinstall BTStacks through iFinder. If you're having issues with that, that's another thing you can do. So just all of those in probably in any order, whatever. Um, and let me know if you're having any issues in the comment section below. You can leave any video responses to this. People that are doing gameplay or reviews or just kind of testing it out or anything, let me know. If you're doing it on an iPhone 6 Plus, post a video about the screen resolutions and stuff. You can figure that out. If you make it like 4 or 5 times bigger, does it fill the whole screen or whatever? For me, it fills the whole screen. I'd be really interested in seeing that. If you're doing this on an iPad mini, an iPad Air, regular iPad, anything like that, let me know. You can use this application PPSSPP on Mac and Windows and your Android phones and everything else. It's got like a ridiculous number of operating system compatibility. So it's super cross-platform and it's a lot of fun to play with. So just let me know what you guys thought about this video. Any thumbs up, liking this I'd really appreciate it. Although I'm not actually sponsored in any way, so it doesn't necessarily help the channel, but I would appreciate it. Just make sure to subscribe to my channel, right in that subscribe button. And until next time, I will see you guys later.